I go now, traveler. We will meet again, though I'm not sure on which side. No matter. Farewell.
Ah, yes, you again. How can I help you? Certainly. How can I help you? And what did you ask her about? Black Mountain Clan. What did she see? Ravens and a storm? And why did the storm subside and then rage once again? Nothing in my mother's visions is ever what it seems. We'll have to think on this. Black Mountain Clan. What did she see? As you told her, this must have been the man you know as Gilbert Bates. She saw him because he plays such a large role in their fate. Black Mountain Clan. What did she see? I'm not sure what that represents, but I know that fire in her visions often represents magic. And the water you say quenched it? Or did the flame burn itself out? Black Mountain Clan. What did she see? There are two separate visions. The flame again represents magic, but twisted somehow, burning darkly. And did you say that the Black Mountain Clan was near this flame? The mirrored plain, a white sky, a lone figure. The worlds on either side of that mirror are the same. Who could say which one is real? Odd. Black Mountain Clan. What did she see? Ravens and a storm? And why did the storm subside and then rage once again? Nothing in my mother's visions is ever what it seems. Mingarad. What did she see? What the Screaming Man and his key represent, I have no idea. But I do know that the official symbol for the city of Caledon is a wolf, with one paw raised in the air. I'm not so sure. Remember, my mother's visions are shackled by neither our eyes nor our time. The events she describes might be in either the future or the past. Let's look at all she said before we go any further. Black Mountain Clan. What did she see? There are two separate Mingarad. What did she see? There's something about that entire vision which pulls at my memory, especially the ring. I'll think about it further. Mingarad. What did she see? I have no idea. Interesting. That's the ancient symbol of the Malokian hand. Do you know of it? I don't really know, although it would seem that perhaps they are being misled. Blindness in my mother's visions is sometimes associated with deception. As far as the man in the mask was draped in truth, I have no idea. Mingarad. I have no idea. Interesting. That's the ancient symbol of the Malokian hand. Do you know of it? The Malokian hand were assassins for what used to be known as the Darien Ka, the ancient order of the dead. The Darien Ka were a shadowy group who formed during the Age of Legends. Their membership and their agenda were always very secret. I know little about them beyond the most cursory knowledge, but there have always been rumors about who they were and what they were doing. As I said, the Malokian hand were their assassins. From what I remember of what was written about them, the hand was ejected from the Order of the Dead on grounds of doctrinal differences. There was a small struggle, and then the hand disappeared. There are always rumors of its reemergence, but from what I know, that's all they are. Rumors. I agree, but I don't know why they would be involved in this business. Very interesting. I don't really know, although it would seem that perhaps they are being misled. Blindness in my mother's visions is sometimes associated with deception. As far as the man in the mask was draped in truth, I have no idea. Mingarad, what did she see? This one is the most interesting of all, and it seems that my fears may have well been correct. Do you remember when I told you that the name of Mingarad bothered me in some way? Well, I believe that may have been so because Mingarad is a dark name. A dark elf name. Do you know of the dark elves? It's a long story. But sometime during the Age of Legends, many years even before my mother was born, there were a group of elves who separated themselves. There were philosophical differences, and they were no longer welcome in our forests. Those elves became what we know as the Dark Elves. The Age of Legends refers to a time in Arcanum's history when things were much different than they are now. There was an elven council that ruled over all of the races, and magic was a large part of everyone's lives. It was a time of heroes and great good, and also of great evil. A time before the rise of technology, before the Dwarven clan wars, before the mages left for Tula. They believe that this world and all of its races are subject to elven rule. They believe that elves are superior because of our close connection to nature, our power in the ways of magic, and the longevity of our physical form. They see the other races as bumbling children who need our guidance, regardless of its severity. I believe, well, let us say that I don't always see eye to eye with those in Kintara concerning the rightful place of the Dark Elves. My role here is as protector. I will do so regardless of the cost. The elves of Kintara, in fact all other elves, believe that everything and everyone has a rightful place in the experience which forms this reality. Elves feel that very little, if anything, ever happens that isn't part of the natural progression of that state. They feel no superiority because of their advantages. That is just the role they have been picked to play. Unfortunately not. The Dark Elves are seen in the same light as everyone else. They have the role and they are playing it. I believe, well, let us say that I don't always see eye to eye with those in Kintara concerning the rightful place of the Dark Elves. My role here is as protector. I will do so regardless of the cost. My mother's vision of the lost children was referring, I believe, to the Dark Elves. They were hidden from her because they are hidden from all of us. Through magic and isolation, we've not seen where they live for almost 500 years. There was a man many years ago who had come to the Glimmering Forest to study the elves, and I remember that he was very interested in the Dark Elves especially. There were rumors about his capture by them and an escape. As I said, he was a researcher, a strange little man, a bit overdressed, but kind-hearted and very intelligent. I was young then, a mere 160 years old. He was the first human I'd ever seen. His name? It was a long time ago, but I remember because he said it so often. I think humans just like hearing the sound of their own names. Terwilliger. Dr. Renford A. Terwilliger. I can hear him saying it even now. I don't know. It almost seemed in the vision that the flock who consumed him were more interested in the leaves, and my mother even said to find what was left behind, these leaves might very well be what we're looking for. She could mean almost anywhere, but if I were to make a guess, I'd say she was talking about the human city of Tarant. It lies in the Gulf of Morbihan, and its, what do you call them? Factories are always belching smoke into the skies. That and I know that Terwilliger was from there. You have a place to begin your search, my friend. It would seem that if you need to find this Mingarod, you're going to need to find the village of the Dark Elves. The only person who might know where they are is Renford A. Terwilliger. He may or may not be in Tarant, but it's a good place to start looking. You impress me, my friend. Few are those like you who would take this burden upon themselves. You've earned my respect. Thank you for the compliment. Looks like we're going to be good friends. Return to me when you found the Dark Elves and tell me what you uncover. We'll have much to discuss when you return. Ah, yes, you again. How can I help you? Certainly. How can I help you? Of course. What did you want to talk about? Mingarod. What did she see? I have no idea. Okay, but return any time you'd like to speak about them. Was there anything else?
What is it that you want of me? What can I answer for you? We need to find out who this Renford A. Terwilliger is. His name sounds familiar, but I can't seem to place it. He did something that made him famous.